When is this going up?
This will be up Friday week.
Oh my god!
Next Friday. Hey, Dave, make some noise.
What kind of noise?
Whatever noise.
I mean, ow!
Dave is class.
Alright.
See you later, bro. What's the crack? You're watching the Labtv. I am Bubba Shakespeare, and we're going to ask people today, what would you like to change in the world? Yeah. Ça va? Oui, ça va, merci.
Okay.
So, what is your name?
My name is Eva.
How are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
I am good, thank you very much. What's your name?
Alexis.
Alexis. How are you?
Fine too.
Alright, good look. No, I'm joking. So, the question I want to ask you is, what would you like to change about the world?
Wow. Tough question.
Definitely not how you look, anyway.
You know what? Consciousness of people.
Yes.
Definitely.
It's a beautiful answer. How do we change this?
Not being afraid of new thoughts, ideas, accepting others, accepting something you don't know nothing about.
Develop the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Develop the culture.
develop the culture.
Develop culture.
Yeah.
Your accent is beautiful. Develop the culture.
Yeah.
It's lovely. And so, what would you recommend to develop the culture? What would you be promoting?
Have more museum, have more exposition of everything, like show different, I don't know, like culture, artists, or yeah, show different culture. And
I would say less news from the TV.
Oh, TV is off, man.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Boom! Kick it out the window.
Newspapers, everything, just out.
So, what's your name?
Lauren,
How are you?
I'm good.
Sound. Thanks, lads, as well. Hello. So the question is, what would you like to change about the world?
I think people should be kinder to each other. Yeah, that's what I'd like to change.
How would you change that?
Be the change you want to be.
Oh, I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah.
That's a Gandhi saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. I practice that myself.
Yeah.
Just be outgoing and kind and caring.
Yes. Yeah. Chatting.
Is that the one thing that you'd like to change?
Do you know? I don't know what else I could change.
I think that's a very simple one, because if you changed just that, then it would have a knock-on effect.
Yeah.
That's even more positive in other areas that you wouldn't consider or think
Yeah.
about. Because a kind person is the kind of person who gravitates towards
Everybody.
everybody in wisdom and the better and the greater good. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
She got the knowledge. Oh yeah. Put it there.
Thank you.
Thank you, love.
Thanks.
Have a lovely day. And your class. And your class too, lads. Thank you very much. What's your name?
Carolina.
And your name?
Ryan.
And how are you?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking. Nice one. So the question I want to ask you is, what would you like to change about the world?
Change about the world. I wish the world was more tolerant
Towards which now?
towards everybody else's choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. How would we achieve it?
How would we achieve it? I think if we were all a lot more humble.
How can you achieve being more humble?
By being more mindful about what you're doing, and maybe being taught like different ways that you should be more grateful for your things, as opposed to ways that we can become better than other people.
People being able to actually like express their own like feelings and how they perceive themselves, opposed to what people are expecting them to be, how people are expecting them to perceive situations, I guess, is the
Yeah.
That'd be a class, wouldn't it?
it would be.
You could
Yeah.
say. What would you like to change?
Oh God. I think it'd be a pretty similar. I think people need to be more, I guess, respectful of other people's approaches to life, I guess, and how they want to go about their own life. Not have pressures from other people to do certain things or think certain ways or act in certain ways.
Would you? So would we be talking about sexual preference?
I think that's part of it, but I don't think it's necessarily limited to that. I think mental health is a big thing too. People who, have anxiety or stuff like that, being forced into certain situations that they don't want to be in and not being able to express how they really want to, or express their emotions and feelings appropriately, I guess.
I think the tolerance and that would be a good approach to addicts. If
Yep.
you were more tolerant.
Definitely that too, yeah. Give people the opportunity to...
So tell us your name.
Chris.
Chris, nice to meet you.
Likewise, mate.
So the question I want to ask you is, what would you like to change about the world?
Damn, you need preparation for this sort of question. Let's go with climate.
Climate?
It's too cold in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah, I agree with that one as well. I'd like to change the climate here.
Yeah.
I'd like a bit of sun.
Well, yeah, it is that rare thing that that you hear about.
Now, what does the sun look like? Can you explain it?
Apparently, it's sometimes orange, sometimes red.
Are you listening now, Ireland?
Yeah.
It's orange and red. And where does it go? I mean, what does it do? I haven't seen it in years.
It hides. It's very good at hiding up here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Someday we'll get to see it. I think we seen it there during the summer one day. I missed it though because I was at work, so I didn't get to have a look at it.
And always inside, of course, because you can't work outside in this country.
Yeah, well, true that.
No.
You can't. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't be a nice experience. Is there anything else that you'd like to change?
Let's go with like news reports on Kim Kardashian. Nobody needs them.
You're dead right. Yeah,
We
you're dead
do
right.
not need them in the world.
Yeah, I
Like-
think they just feed that kind of realm of existence, that consumerism realm of, here, let's put these good-looking people in a hierarchy so people can think they'll be happy if they can watch this, buy these clothes, have an arse that shape.
No.
That they represent the sleepy life that they want you to be in so they can sell you whatever they're trying to sell you.
Yeah.
So I think we would definitely do without them.
Yeah.
It's the crack. So tell the people your name first.
Ophelia.
Ophelia, yeah. So I have a question for you. What would you like to change about the world?
Wow. Fuck, what wouldn't I want to change about the world right now?
There's a long list, isn't there?
What would I change? Well, the only thing I can do is change myself. And that's what I'm actively doing, and I can only hope that that would occur for other people.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I
feel
mean?
that, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's all I can concentrate on, because the problem is so big that it would eat my hope away
That's class.
to concentrate on that. So I try and concentrate on what I can manage,
That's class.
and
'Cause if
then hopefully that spreads.
if we all took that responsibility to look after ourselves, fix ourselves, then essentially it's the world just fixing itself.
Yes, but I think people are doing that. They're
Yeah, I
doing the
feel that
best
so.
they can, you know. They're being led. It's easier to follow because it's too hard to kind of break molds and to, you know. So people are really trying to do their best. Even people who are perpetrating fucking mad ills are actually, they think they're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I can say about that. You know what I mean?
I think to change the whole thing is just to create the intent as well.
Yeah, I think the problem's too big. When I concentrate on the problem being too big, I begin to get really self-destructive.
Really?
You know, because I can't cope with the idea of it, you know. So
What's the problem that's too big then?
it's just I can't do everything at all times for everyone at once.
Yeah.
And because of that, then I feel useless if I can't do that.
Really?
So I have to concentrate on what can I do right now to try and make a difference in my life, and hope that by what I'm doing in my community and being active in my family and my relationships in my community, that it's going to spread out, and hopefully
I can tell you firsthand that it works, because when I see you, I feel happier immediately.
well, I always feel happier when I see you as well, man.
So that in itself is, that's it, like, that's part of it, like,
Yeah,
have the open heart, have that energy out there.
yeah.
Ignorance. Would you believe it?
What kind of ignorance?
Or just people's lack of respect for each other. I totally think that it's escalating, and particularly with the kind of right-wing views that are coming into the world at the moment. We won't mention Donald Trump, will we? Or Theresa May, the new Iron Lady, as I call her, 2.0, Maggie Thatcher in disguise. I just think the world is becoming a hateful place, particularly with what's going on in Syria and other places that are war-torn.
Do you not think it was always like that? We just see it more because of social media.
No, I think it's changed. Nothing to do with social media. I just think it's more like that, more prevalent now. I think we're on a kind of like a, what's the word, precipice? I can't think of the word, where things are going to go either one way or the other. So hopefully they go the good way, because I'm all about positivity.
No, I think they will go the good way.
You think so?
I think they will. I think it's
share the love, is it?
It's part of evening itself out. All the bad is coming.
My attitude in life is if you exhibit good karma will come back to you. If you exhibit bad karma will come back to you. Yeah, so.
And I've seen on your Facebook as well that it's Dwarfism Awareness Month.
Yes.
Would you like to say a few words on that?
Well, I've kind of said it in the video, but I'll just repeat it. It's basically a month where we're trying to spread awareness about people with dwarfism, because a lot of people in the world don't realise what's the right thing to say to people with dwarfism and what's the wrong thing. For example, the word midget is totally ruled out. It's equivalent to the N-word, and it is very, very offensive. It's because it's derived from the word midge, which means flea, and to equate person to a flea is a bit debasing, to be honest.
So don't be calling dwarves midgets, or you will get a box.
From me or you, I can't box. I can't box.
Right, you give me a shot and I'll run the boxing for you. And as well, I know Dave, and he's a sound fella.
Sound fella.
And if you are of
the fella on the ground.
If you know anyone with that kind of disposition who would insult Dave because he's short, don't be afraid to stand up for people like Dave. If you see somebody...
I don't need standing up for. I'm well able to stand up for myself.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying that would be part of the awareness if everyone was taking responsibility for it. Like.
Yeah, I can't change the world at the end of the day. I can only change one person at a time.
That's it, but that's how you change the world, isn't it?
Yeah,